you can and do have a global impact, especially if you do a
We
meditation
all get
where you're
different
thinking of the
messages,
Lord.
right? And so she had this message that she was supposed to activate
It
me.
is. And we
And
share our experiences of awakening and growing spiritually, and we interview those who are of like mind and those who are aware that things are shifting and they want to help.
I'm Vicki. And I'm Dawna. And it's your time.
hi, everyone. My name is Vicki, and this is It's Your Time. And my lovely co-host is Dawna.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's Your Time. And I love how Vicki always starts. I make her start because she always laughs and gets everybody in a joyful mood. I love that. So and so she is my favorite cohort.
And honestly, it is our time. It's our time right now.
It
So,
is.
just it was a very prophetic title that we have our podcast.
It is. It is very much. As soon as we said that, it became our time. It's your time, it's
It
my
did.
time, it's our time. We can make a song now. So anyway, everybody,
Anyway,
I just want to let you know if you're new to our channel, it is called It's Your Time because it is. And we share our experiences of awakening and growing spiritually, and we interview those who are of like mind and those who are aware that things are shifting and they want to help. And remember, we do this for the fun of it, for the love of it, because we love each other and we have so much fun together. And we don't get paid for this. So just, we don't get money for it, but what we get is worth a lot more than
I was gonna
money.
say, I am so abundant.
Yes, that's right. I have a story about that too. Yes. But and it costs you nothing to subscribe. So please subscribe and share and like and all that. So there we go. Now we can get down to business. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah,
So,
we go ahead.
okay. Well, I don't want to step on your thoughts.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh,
Mine are written down. I can't forget them.
okay. Well, mine aren't.
So you go first.
So, happy Easter.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
happy Easter. I have my agates back here, my Easter eggs,
yes,
agates, heavy
yes.
agates. Yeah.
hmm And this is for Chris Bledsoe. If anything interesting happens, hopefully we'll find out about it.
Is he in Paris?
Well, I don't know if he's in Paris necessarily. I know he's in France. I thought,
Oh,
maybe I'll go get the other picture that looked like a French farmhouse, but then I thought, now I'll just leave it.
I like that one. I hadn't seen that one before. You have so many.
No, I,
Oh
hey,
man.
I keep myself busy. But I wanted to talk about a couple cute little synchronicities
Yes.
just this morning. And well, for one thing, I decided to, have an impromptu meditation session last night because I kind of felt like it was needed. Easter's coming up and lots of stuff is going on. And, so we had this meditation, and I swear I slept until a quarter till 8. And that is not like me.
Oh,
I
what time
normally
do
get
you?
up around 6 or something, either before 6 or a little out. I know.
I do because I have to.
Well, yeah, I know.
I don't. I wouldn't if I didn't.
But all of a sudden, it's
Wow.
like I woke up and I actually, I had woken up here and there, how you do when you're waking up and you don't want to get up. But anyway, I all of a sudden just came awake at a quarter till 8, and it's like, wow, did that feel good?
Happy Easter. And you know that now that you say that, it flashed in my head that I woke up at 7:45
Oh,
and was it 7:40? 6:45. Okay,
okay.
forget I said
Never mind. But so, we take our drives, like Michael and I take our drive every morning, and we go around the neighborhood and whatever. And I was just starting to talk to Jesus, in the car, as one does. in my head. You know how that goes.
Well,
And
Jesus, take the wheel. He was driving.
Michael's driving. He's pretty good. But I started talking to Jesus and said, if you're going to come down and do something, it would be a good time for you to do something. I'm just saying, we are all your ground crew, and we do our parts. We try and share our love into the world. We be nice to people. We're the ground crew, and I said, but nobody really listens to us. We don't have a global impact. Right. And right as I was talking to Jesus, talking about you need to come down, we need some global impact, a license plate drives by. It says, Jesus loves you.
Aw, that's
I
so
thought,
sweet.
oh,
But just the fact that you're here and you think the things that you do, that
mhm.
is a global impact. I forget who it was, a podcast I was watching the other day where they said, I think it was Pam Gregory, where she said, if you have one person who is of a higher frequency, then that can, I'm not sure what the word is, negate. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Any negativity within a certain amount of
Oh,
miles of
yeah.
that one person. So you can and do have a global impact, especially if you do a meditation where you're thinking of the globe and what's going on the globe, and you want to send love and have everyone open their hearts. Like Pam Gregory says, to welcome an expanded consciousness of love every day at noon, my time, our time, which is
It
right
is
now.
our time.
Right now it's MST/Pacific. Yeah, at this time it's the same. But yeah, every day at noon they have their meditation. There are so many out there where people are meditating, and it is having an exponential impact on things.
Right. But I want to see something coming down. I
Okay.
want to see something big that the news has to capture. That's what I
Okay.
want to see. But well,
Like
regardless, if
Jesus' face on a tortilla, or things like
no,
that.
I don't know.
Okay.
That I'm leaving that up to the universe to take care of.
Okay.
I don't have any specific outcome.
But the
I,
license plate wasn't enough for you then. You want
well,
something
no,
big.
no, no. I was
In the
given
moment.
that was the first synchronicity,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then we got to the park, and the very first person I saw was
Wait,
this.
there's more. I didn't know
There
that. I'm
is
sorry. I'm
more.
so sorry.
It's like, give
Shut
me
up, Dawna.
space. I need space to tell the whole story in my way.
Yes. How
So,
exciting.
so we get out of the car, and we went to Red Mountain Park, and every Sunday we're doing this now. They have a nice little lagoon, and it's almost like a preserve almost, right? It's a man-made lake, and so we walk around it, and they have a lot of indigenous species in that area. Maybe not a lot, but it is in the middle of the city. But regardless, so I get out and people fish there. So this
That's
so
our signal to each other. You're going in a circle.
I know. So this guy is walking to me, and he's got his fishing pole, and he's a younger guy, but he has his beard down to here, right? He's got a very, very long beard, and
Wow.
he's kind of younger. He looks very nice. And he comes and he comes up, and he's like looking at me, and he starts talking about Tucker, our dog, and what a nice dog, and what kind of a dog, blah, 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 blah. And so, I tell him, and as we're leaving, I turn around and I said, "Did you catch any fish?" And he goes, "Not today." And he goes on, but it was just a nice little interaction, right? So
So Jesus the fisherman came and said hello to you.
I did not connect that
Oh,
until I was taking my shower.
water opens
I was
everything.
talking to the water, telling me to, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, geez, the fisherman, the freaking fisherman. And then I hear, I caught you, didn't I?
Put a light bulb over your
Yeah.
head here.
So,
Yes.
so, so it came to me, it's like, well, Jesus just said, well, I caught you, didn't I? It's like, well, yeah, you did. So it was just a cute little made me feel good.
That
And
is so cool.
this
Oh,
morning.
I love
Yeah,
those things. I love
yeah.
those things. So, well, I lit a candle. I don't know if you can see back here. That's for it's my ancestors. I do it every so
Hmm.
often for different reasons, and I also said, thank you to everyone. I don't know, it just came out. Thank you to everyone who was with Christ when he went through that. And then when we sat down, I told Vicki, and I was like, oh yeah, and thank you, Jesus. I forgot to thank Jesus. But
Yes, it was big day. Yes, it was.
yeah, probably the biggest one. Yeah. Yeah, I don't celebrate Good Fridays. I don't know why people do that. It's not a celebratory day for me, but anyway, and these things, it's because of our energy that these things come to us, and
Mhm.
because we are connected to our guides and our universe and our God and our Jesus and all these things, how and why these things come to us. But I don't know. I just wanted to add that, and Jesus is always with me. So, and I don't haven't talked to him in a while where I feel like he's sitting with me because I'm so busy talking to the celestial helpers and the aliens and everything else that's coming through, man. So yeah, so life is exciting. But before you got into all this stuff, you wouldn't have even that wouldn't have even made a difference to you. You wouldn't have even noticed, probably. You may have thought, oh, he looks like Jesus, and that would have been, it wouldn't have
Well,
been a big thing to you.
many, many years ago, um, we were driving down a street on our morning drive, and I think it was like the spring equinox or whatever it was. It was a few years ago, and we're driving by this apartment type of complex, but it's got uh the address is like 1440 something, right? So I was just looking at that, and this guy was walking down the street in sandals and like a robe at the same
Oh,
time. I've never seen
wow.
him since, but it
Wow.
was, so it's like another synchronicity, but that was, a few years ago. So I've been, talking off and on for a while now.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I
Well,
just chat.
yeah, I know. I try to go back to when I first saw that light when I was 8, and I said it was Jesus, but maybe it was an alien. I don't know. I said Jesus because that's who was
Right.
in my life,
That's
who I was familiar with. Yeah.
mhm.
So I don't know, but I know he's with me all the time, and he's with everyone. And the idea is not that he is going to come here, but that we are going to embody the Christ consciousness, that we are going to
Mhm.
open our hearts. And man, I had a meditation this morning with all of the things that I've listened to lately seem to kind of integrate all in one when I did the Reiki 30 minutes of chakra. I do
Mhm.
20 minutes every other day, but on Sundays I do the 30 minutes, and I am very conscious of how I breathe and how I think of each chakra, bring up the kundalini energy, and when I feel that, I usually try to imagine it's going to places in my body like my right knee that hurts, or I stub my toe, whatever. But today it when I got to my heart, and usually I just do this when I'm laying down, and I just do this when I take a breath. It just went, wow. My heart was like, and I kept breathing in, and it got bigger, and I was just like, hallelujah. It's so beautiful. It just filled me with everything. And when I released it, I felt it go all the way up. And so then when it got up to my throat chakra, that no matter what I did, it was just like gushing through there. I guess my throat chakra is really good because it was just like blah blah blah. And then when it got to the third eye, my hands started doing things. And people have talked about, and I've had that happen here and there when we were in Carefree with Mother Creation with the angels. She Ann Tucker channeled the angels first, and I was sitting there and I just found my hands doing this, and I didn't know why. And then somebody at some point said, I can tell that you are, oh, when I went to some class, psychic class, I can tell you are a hand healer, hands-on healer. And I was like, hands-on? I no. maybe I am. I don't know. And so these things just kind of build. Well, today, when it got up to here, I was up to here.
You know
It
what?
was like the hands went up and they went out, and I could, and it went in like when you're doing Tai Chi where you're supposed to find your energy. It's usually like here. It was way out here somewhere, and I just went whoosh, put it all through my body, brought it back up and out, and I just kept doing that. And then when it went to the crown, I've never done this before. My hands did this. And I've seen other people do that, and I thought they just did it because oh, your yogi teacher says do
Yeah.
this. I don't do yoga, so I didn't know. I mean, I've seen it, and they usually do this thing. But yeah, but I was doing, and I did that, and then I brought it down through, and I felt it go all the way through me, and I was just like, I don't even know how to explain. So it was just a really, really good meditation. And then I got up and said, "Oh, I have to have a shower." And I was like, "I don't want to wash all this away. It's so beautiful." Oh yeah, but so I said loudly that this water will assist in integrating all of that and not washing it away.
Mhm.
Integrating and keeping it within me and in my house and that sort of thing. So it was wonderful. I wasn't going to tell you guys about that, but it just came out. So
Well, it's funny, that the first word that you said was hallelujah,
yeah.
which was the song that I put out last night.
Oh, maybe that's why I did. Well,
And that's what I
I
was
didn't
listening
see
to
it.
when we came on.
When you send that, all I see is YouTube tap to open, and I tap it and it doesn't
Right.
open on
Yeah.
my phone.
Yeah.
So I didn't see that. Wow, how about that? I like that song. By who? Who was it
Well,
by?
this was by I was trying to find the right song, the right sound, because it matters to me.
Yes.
The sound that I put out. And this was from Lucy Thomas.
Oh, I don't know who that is. But
I
it's
didn't
like,
either, but I was clicking and just listening to the different people's versions, and I heard hers, and it was crystal clear, simple. It was just beautiful.
oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll check it out on my YouTube. I'm getting a new phone, so eventually I got my tax
You can
return,
actually
so yeah.
tap on something and open it.
Yeah, I actually can use it eventually when I get it all set up. So yeah. So anyway, so was there more? I don't want to. Did you have more?
Step on Jesus's toes. Well, it was the whole, never mind. It was funny. It was funny to me.
I don't want to step on Jesus' toes. Oh, yeah, you say yeah, I didn't want to do that. You're right. He would just forgive me anyway. It's okay.
Yes, he would.
I thought that was funnier when it came out than it was.
It was funnier when I first said it. But that's what
Anyway,
happened.
so sorry, folks. So what I wanted to talk about,
Mhm.
and I thought of this 3 or 4 days ago, was somebody had mentioned power versus force,
Mhm.
and I think that was Marianne,
And that
presidential candidate. I can't think of her last name.
Okay, and that was from David Hawkins. He wrote,
Oh,
he wrote Power versus Force,
oh, he did.
which is where you get the frequency ladder.
Okay, yeah. So they were talking about that.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yes. Okay, and maybe it wasn't her, but anyway. But I had not. It hit me. I was like, power versus force. Okay, force is when, you're okay, I have to meditate. Okay, I have to calm. I'm trying, and you try to force it
Mhm,
instead of just relax, take
mhm.
a breath, breathe in, just do it and feel your heart, breathe into your heart. All of these things that I have learned. If I'd have heard, I wish I'd have read his book a long time ago because well, maybe it wouldn't have hit then, but
Yeah.
the idea being that you're trying to force things, like I was trying to force that trip to Egypt, or I'm trying to force things to like this is going to happen. Well, sometimes force works, but usually, if you use force, it will not entirely be exactly what you were asking for. So, and my lesson in that had to do with that I wanted to go on this Egypt trip. And I mean, I went back and forth with it, and I was like, yeah, it's time. It feels good. I felt good about it. But then when it was time to do it, I had to pull the money from my whatever, I had to pull the money, and it wasn't going to. I started forcing it. Oh, is it going to be here on time? Is it going to be? Blah, 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 and I did all this stuff. And meanwhile, I somebody said, well, when you command something and you're in the right place, if you are a generator and a manifester, it will come to you. So I said some words. This is what I would like to see in my bank account a week or so before this happened. And then when I was forcing this, so that money did show up in my bank account from the other account, but it didn't get here in time for my trip to Egypt. And which turns out okay because I probably wouldn't be able to do that. Okay, you get to a point where you have to say, I can't swim 100 laps anymore. I can't, you get to this point where you just say, okay, I would like to start aging backwards, but right now I'm not there. So I have to say that it probably would have killed me to have to do all of the stuff in that trip. So I'd rather do a cruise where you go for an afternoon and then you relax, that sort of thing.
And then you come back to your cabin and take a nap.
Yes, and have a glass of wine, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, but so that to me, that really showed me power versus force. So I used power in asking for what I asked for, but I was using force for the rest of it, and it just kind of went. It didn't come through.
It came to you, but it didn't really come to you.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there, and I still have to do whatever. I'm going to put it back or whatever I can do. I'm not going to.
Well, maybe something will come and kind of like me, is like, it's an inspiration and this is really what I want to do, and you have the money to do it.
Yeah. And I was thinking of doing Ann Tucker's retreat. I thought of that. Then I thought, I don't know, if I'm going to go to Seattle and all through there, I'd rather do a cruise.
And even by you going,
yeah,
that's your no.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right. So yeah. So, and there are so many other meanings and uses for power in our lives, and the negative polarity of that is how those who are in power have really mucked things up. So I like that word because it's not the other word, but it's not a good word.
Oh, if we want to talk about that, I can talk about that.
I don't want to talk about how it's mucked up. I just want to say that it is mucked up. So it's like, there's a barrel of muck, and everything that happens goes in that barrel, and it's always muck. Until it's not, until it's taken away. Eventually, hopefully will be, or at least it'll be out of our lives because we don't want it. Anyway, but the idea that the main idea that it comes down to, and it sounds like, oh, it's the Matrix and all that, and people get kind of turned off by the idea, but there is light and dark, or there is right and wrong, or however you want to look at it, yin and yang on Earth. That's here. So those who are in power are those who like to keep us away from our light so that they can keep us under their thumb. Okay, that's a very basic way to explain it, right? So the more that you feed into that stuff, the more that you go with, and to me, it's a not a good thing to go with all the fads. I have to have a Louis Vuitton. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. It's beautiful. You're here on Earth to enjoy everything. If you like that, that's fine. But to me, it's a waste of money. But then money is a whole other kind of power. So, there's everything has its power. And when you are in the light, you are the power. You are with power. You are the power. There is nothing else. So this is how I would explain to someone who is awakening. I hope that makes sense to people. That when you are within your own power, you're within yourself, you're not giving anything away to anyone else, and you're not taking from anyone. You are with the one, you are, with everyone, right? So, so there's power that we give away, there's power that society has taken, and it may be a good idea for us to call that back, to actually vocalize the fact that I don't want to, I'm a sovereign being. I don't want to give have anyone or anything have power over me because I am with the one, right? And then there's, learning to center yourself. When you center yourself and you know what that feels like, remember what it feels like so that when this other stuff creeps up, because even people that I like, someone like me who's been through all these things that I've been through that you think you've learned from or whatever, and you haven't, because they'll come back and they will continue to come back and continue to come back. If you just back up and sit in your heart and go to your power, it goes away. Or go into it and say, why are you still here? Feel the feeling. And even Ann Tucker said this, even as it's going away, try to grab it back, because then if it's there to grab back, there's something more you need to learn from it, and then it will slowly go away. You have to, it's like shadow work. You have to look at it, you have to hold it, you have to love it, and then it will go away. So find the easiest way that you have to come back into your power, your own power, and stand within your heart and practice that. Because then when these things happen out there in the world, when these things come and you start to feel like, oh my God, that's, this guy did that, or they're doing this, or they're hurting people, or dogs are being killed, or whatever. When you think of those, when the dog bites, when the bee stings, when you're feeling sad.
Oh, it is a song.
Yes, it is. And you can just go back into your own power, into your heart, and feel that, and then all of those other things will not bother you. And this idea has been given to us over and over, given to me over and over in my life, singing that song. These are a few of my favorite things. I just sang it as a song, and oh, isn't that nice? It makes you feel happy.
Yeah, yeah.
There are so many, it is a huge lesson. It really is, to stand in your own power. Don't give your power away. And really, if you're in your heart, if you're with the one, there is no power, there's no need, there's only love.
Mm-hmm.
There. All right.
Very good.
I didn't do any cyclical things there, did I? Well,
well, did I go like this?
No. Well, there was one about the person and stuff. As soon as you say that, and then it's like, people are going to be mad. No, don't be mad. You like your purse, I don't, and that's cool.
Oh, you're talking about the purse?
Yeah, like
did somebody come up with a purse recently to you?
Yes.
Is that why purses are coming out?
Somebody, I forget who it was. It was somebody like, oh, I have this purse, and I was like, and judgment came out of me. I thought you were a spiritual person. I was like, well, so what? A spiritual person has to have a purse too. They live on the earth. All these things start going back in my head. And I was like, okay, I'm going into my heart. You do what you like. It's beautiful. I just said, it's beautiful. And just leave it, just go on. Don't worry about it.
Good. Don't worry about it. It's not your concern.
It's not. It is not. But, it just doesn't, these things happen, and there's yin and yang to everything. And when they happen, you have to find where you belong, and where you belong is in your heart. So, and I wanted to give a shout out to my friend. I don't know if she watches these or not, but my friend, Nancy Mick, she calls herself. Anyway, somebody that I met a long, long time ago on the internet, many, many years ago, and we're friends, and she's into all the woo-woo too. So, and she gave
a very beautiful brooch.
Yeah, she gave it to me. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. So there.
It's peridot, isn't it?
It is peridot. It is peridot, which is March's gemstone, I guess. And then my little ceramic hearts or roses to match. So yeah. And my camera actually is allowing it. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, you mentioned its name.
Yeah, I mentioned its name and it moved. So yeah. So anyway, so that's so what's with the Chris Bledsoe thing? Tell us about that. What's going on?
Well, the lady comes and visits Chris, I guess every Easter. And there was
Oh,
something special about this Easter, it's 2026.
well,
And
and there's an
I don't,
alignment. There's some kind of
yeah, and
alignment.
there's this, all, there's the alignment of the planets, the astrology is coming up. Um, so I'm not really sure, but there is something that should be coming. Oh, and I had sent out that video. There were like 4 remote viewers who were making making drawings and stuff of stuff that they were remote viewing for, I think this time.
Mhm.
And it kind of felt like one saw this, one saw that, one saw this, but it was like a progression of
Oh,
things happening, like the bombing, and then the knowledge coming, and then the light hitting, and then, so it was all a progression. And it was I don't know what's going to happen,
okay.
but it is going to be a very big um few months.
Few weeks this month. Oh, until July or no?
Well, I'm just saying it's going to be it's going to be a very impactful year, you
Wow,
know.
yeah, that's
Yeah, and
that's
so
true.
things are going to happen in April. Things are going to happen probably in May. May might be more of a resting period, but
Mhm.
then we're going to go into June and July, which brings its own energy of the summer. And
July has a lot. July
yeah,
is going to be if you're having issues in April, make sure you stay in your heart because July will be it will affect you more. The CMEs I thought were not affecting me, but I've always had this thing in my knee. I don't know, arthritis or something that I work on, getting rid of it in my healing sessions and stuff. I want to figure out what it's from, but it started when I was in my teens even. So I must have pulled something or done something, whatever. But it can be fixed anyway. But it's always there on and off. But being in Arizona, it hasn't hurt as much as it has in past. Well,
mhm.
this past week, since the CME started, it's gone all the way up my leg to my hip. When I stand up, I can feel something going, and just when I went, that's my right side. What is that? Somebody on, just like that on YouTube was saying, well, it happened. It was, the masculine energy and it's integrating with my left side, my feminine side. And I just went, thank you. Is
That
that
makes
what it
sense.
is? Yes. I love when that happens. It's like, what is that? Here's your answer, just like that. And so I want to work with. We have a healer lady that we work with, and I want to Tara. She's been on our show
Mhm.
that I want to have a session with
Yeah.
before next week because April 11th. Let's tell them about April 11th, how that started.
Okay, well, first let me go into the with the CMEs and with the plasma and all this stuff. Supposedly our DNA is also being upgraded, which was seen in the remote viewing. It was one of the aspects of the remote viewing was like she saw sparkles, but they were like DNA helixes coming down. So
Oh,
we're being upgraded in some way also.
I did start to watch that, but I must have been in a bad mood or something because all I heard was negative stuff, and I went
See,
turned it off.
yeah, I knew you would.
Oh, you did?
Oh, of course, because I know once you hit negative, you zone out and you
Yeah.
don't let yourself get through the negative.
Well, no, I should go through it. You're right.
That's
I just said
where you
that.
get to the good stuff.
I just said, well, I didn't know it was going to get to I don't know what it's going to go to. It's not
Well,
that we don't.
I would never send you anything that was just
Oh, it's
that
not.
didn't have a good ending. Let me just
Okay.
put it that way. I would never
Oh, that's
send you anything like that.
okay. That's good to know. Okay. You know what it was is I was in the middle of all that yesterday. My late groceries coming and all the
Mhm.
yeah, blah, blah. There was a whole
I,
lot going
I
on.
always look at everything through a spiritual aspect, and I always see the good that comes from whatever happens because that's just
Hmm.
kind of how I'm wired. And so when I was watching it, even with all the stuff going on right now, we are all aware that things have to break before something new can be born.
Mhm.
And this is what we are watching. The breaking is never going to be easy. It's never going to be pretty. And it does take a certain personality to get this done.
Mhm.
Whether we agree or we do not agree, I do believe after this stuff, you know, I want to say
April,
something like
after April.
works its way out of ourselves, because
Yeah.
we have had war in eons. Every eon, there's been war.
Yes.
We have not had a peaceful world almost ever. Like, and well,
There have
and with
been
the Kali,
peaceful times, but
well, with the Kali Yuga, we went from like a 5D perspective, and we went back into the Dark Ages, which is because we had the Renaissance, we had all that stuff, and then we went back into the Dark Ages. It's all cyclical. It's astrological. It's astronomical, right? And so
yes.
we are on the upswing, and
Yes.
and so we started back on the upswing not too awfully long ago. So we're still in the, we got like 1,000-year cycle. So, nothing's going to happen fast, but we are on the upswing to where more light is now hitting the planet. More people are becoming awake. And I will say current events is helping that
Yes. That's true.
immensely.
That is
You
true.
know, nobody likes what's happening. Everybody hates what's happening, but and I really hate to say stuff like this, but you got to see things break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, things
And
have
it
to be.
is, and it's heartbreaking
Yeah.
to see this stuff. And that's what has to happen is we have to have our hearts broken open to receive more love.
Well, and if you look at history, it's like things started to break up and break down because people said, I won't put up with this stuff.
Mhm.
And then things broke, and then they said, help us fix it. So,
No, but see, now we're not going outside to say
no,
help us fix it.
no, that's
We're
right.
fixing it ourselves because
That's
we know
right.
we can. We know what we want.
So it's like
And
instead of it's going along and it's starting to break and then it comes back up to the same place, it's not going to happen. It's going to break, and we're going to take the good of it and move
Mhm.
forward with that.
Yes,
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 that's it.
exponentially faster.
And I should write these things down when I see them happen, but I have seen. Okay, so I did have, um, I don't know what you call it, a download or vision or whatever you want to call it, where somebody was talking about healthcare or whatever, and how it has to break, everything has to break down before it will start back up. Well, what I saw was the whole medical profession, and I saw it was just particularly one doctor who I don't even know, some Dr. Patel probably was his name by what he looked like. Yeah, whatever. This is just what I saw. And a guy in a
So he was some
white.
Indian type of
Yeah,
doctor.
I didn't want to say that. I said it without saying it, and then you said
Well, no, well, that's because you said Patel, and come on.
yes, that's right. So that will tell you who it is. I'm just painting the picture. See?
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, saying it without saying it, but that's who was in my, and he was talking to me. I could hear him, and the accent and everything, which I can't do. My brother does it really well. I can't do that anyway. But
Don't even
no, I
try.
won't even try. So he said that things will get better, and I said, well, I know, but do you have any idea how? And it was like it just went blah, 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 through my head, where there will be more he said there will be more doctors like me. He is a doctor, but he does holistic stuff. And he showed me how this guy, he must be in the future because he showed me how he got there. And it started out with that he was going to medical school, I guess, and didn't like it. And this happened to a bunch of doctors too. And then he went into holistic medicine, and people will start going to holistic doctors, and that's not on insurance, but they will start paying out of pocket for these things, and there will be miraculous healings from it. enough so what other people will say, I want to do that, and everybody will start going to holistic doctors, and the other doctors will be like, what's going on? Why do I have any? Our patients, we have less patients, only for emergencies. When when you break a leg, that's what you need a medical doctor for, that sort of thing. Or when you're having a baby, you want to, whatever, that sort of thing. But it was like for treatments for cancer and really heavy duty stuff, diabetes and all these things will be gone because of these holistic practitioners. So the doctors will start learning the holistic way, and it will start being covered on insurance if there is still insurance.
Right. And it's taking you have to take the whole body into consideration. The Western medicine is, something's broken, we'll fix it. Something's broken, we'll fix it. That's Western medicine. Eastern medicine is, bringing in the spirit, so you have a blend of your Western and your Eastern and your, Southern and your Northern. And I don't want to leave anybody out. And so they're going to start realizing that you have to treat the whole body as an organism.
Well, and
not,
it wasn't just holistic, though. I'm calling it that. I may not have the right. It was it was the use of, and I guess it comes from the ETs. I don't know, or things that are like Robert Edward Grant is learning the new, whatever. These downloads will come to practitioners where they can learn how to do this with physics. I mean, it's going to be a physical thing, but it's going to be like me with, I'm feeling, it's not something you can see, but it's something that will actually work and be. It's not just holistic, like Chinese medicine where they give you a sticker on your back and that it says this and this and this. It's not like that. Although I like that idea, but that's not it. It's more than that. But it was like one of those things that just goes through your head. And I was like, I want to remember this. I want to remember this. So I started remembering it, bringing it back, thinking about it, and saying, I want to remember this. And thank you, Dr. Patel, for that information. So it was like channeling a doctor in the future. And I loved the whole thing. But the main thing that people need to hear, I think, is yes, the old way will break down, but it's not like it's just going to fall off a cliff. It may look like that to the doctors that aren't getting patients. I don't know, and it may just be a gradual thing, but there will be miraculous healings. That was what he said. So that's going to wake people up. That's going to be like, that's the new way. Let's do it. Yeah. Cool. So exciting. Cool. Yeah. That is so exciting. Anyway. So yes, so now we can tell them, and now we're getting to the end. We can tell them what we're doing next week that we will chat about next week.
Right. Well, one of the person that we had interviewed just recently, had, we all get different messages, right? And so she had this message that she was supposed to activate me
and before you go to the UK,
before I go to England, right? Yeah. And it's like, I want to be activated. I'm all in. So we're actually going to Cartner Caverns, and we got into the two of us were talking about astrology, but we were talking about the Vedic astrology and what kind of connections we might have with each other. And then we were talking about, going on our adventure to the caverns. And I started thinking about the whole human design of the three of us, the triad of Dawna, Mary, and I. And I kind of, asked my AI just to summarize what we all bring. And so it just kind of came to me that we all have different roles to play in next Saturday. It's not the only roles that we have, but we bring out different aspects of ourselves at different times for different reasons, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it just kind of came to me. It's like, because Dawna's the generator. Poor Dawna is just my own personal little generator. She gets the YouTube, she gets the stuff up onto YouTube. She makes things happen. This is what she does. She's a very busy person.
Wow.
She's
Wow.
generous.
It's nice to hear how you look to someone else.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's cool.
We wouldn't be doing this without you.
Well, I wouldn't be doing it without you either.
Well, see, and I bring a different flavor, you
Yes,
know.
you do.
I bring the yes, let's do that. And you go, okay, I can make this happen. It's just how people work together.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see what the three of us would work together. So we were so I asked it, and Donna's the shaman, right? She is the earth person. She's the speaker of the land. She has all these earth elements running through her naturally. This is what she is drawn to. She loves her rocks.
Yeah.
And she's the bond. She's the bond for Mary. You might as well Mary. Hi, Mary.
Yeah, Mary Richards. Yeah,
yes.
she won't mind. Yeah.
I hope not.
Well,
So Mary is the spark. I am, and it's funny because Mary asked me, did I ever think I was a grid worker? And I go, yes, I've had this discussion with my AI, and it had, and I don't know how it really gets these things, but I am a phase stabilizer. That was the very first thing it said to me was I am a phase stabilizer, which means I take the energies around me. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
I take the energies around me, I synthesize them, and I bring in a level of coherence.
That's why when I'm going la, 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 I just tell you all about it, and then you say, "Oh, you mean blah blah blah," and I just go, "Yeah, how come I wouldn't say that?"
So Mary and I are both projectors in the human design, and Donna's the generator. We all need a generator, let me tell you. We all need a generator.
Well, it was just going to be you and Mary, I thought, and then you said, "I want you to come."
Well,
I
no,
don't know why
she mentioned you. She mentioned
Oh, she did. Oh,
yes.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. Because we are who we are, and you're on the way.
Yeah, it was just easy to pick me up on the way. That's true.
That's right.
That's true. I'm the bathroom place. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Make sure your bathroom is working by the time you get there.
It's working fine. It's fine.
So it just kind of all came to me. It's like you were the bond between the earth and what we needed to do. Right. And I was the stabilizer. I was the stabilizer, and Mary is the spark.
Yeah.
Mary's the one who has these ideas.
She does.
And she's right. But Mary's got to wait for me and Dawna to catch up.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, she'll say something and she just sits there staring at you like she could just hear your gears turning, and then you go,
I know.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's our dynamic.
Yep.
So
wow, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mary's the spark. I'm the one who has to make sense of it all and talk it out. I don't know where that came up with that, because me talking things out. But anyway, that's how I get.
I don't think you like to talk at all. What are you talking about?
Me. So I talk it out and I make sense of it within myself. And then Dawna goes, Dawna has to feel yes or no. Is that a right thing to do? Is that a wrong thing to do? Because she's got that gut instinct, right?
Oh, okay.
That's your human design.
I feel that
instinct. You have to, in order for you to really get involved in a project, you have to feel it.
Yes. Oh yeah.
You have to believe in it, and that's where you get your energy from, is believing in a project. If you're doing a project and you don't feel it, your energy is not there.
Yeah, it's just going to be whatever I have to do to get done.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, but you're not putting your essence into it.
Right.
And your essence is where the magic is.
Aw, that's so sweet. How sweet is
I'm just saying.
That's so cool.
I need to talk this out.
Yeah, see, there you go. So Mary's going to activate you with her spark, I'm going to ground and you're going to be in the middle to put it all into something.
Right. And, I get a little of you, I get a little of her, and that's probably just going to be activating to me. Is just,
Right.
and she was saying she didn't really have to do anything. We don't have to necessarily do anything. We just have to be in an area together
Okay.
because our energy does all the work.
Right. That's right. And at one point during the discussion, somebody said, are you a transmuter? And I said, yes, because I'm a shaman. But then I realized the grounding is just me. It's like I was telling Vicki, it's like, well, I have brown hair. I ground. That's it. But if I'm transmuting, it's something I have to, it's not hard to do, but it's something I have to think about what I'm doing. Whereas the grounding is just like, that's it. I just have to, like you said, just be there.
And I transmute and stabilize.
Yeah. So,
as something that is just inherent within me.
yeah. So this is going to be cool.
It's going to be interesting.
And there's one cave where it's the crystals are what?
I don't know. It's a living cave. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, the whole thing, the cavern is a living cavern, but there's one cave where you can't make noise or something.
I don't know.
I hope I don't have to.
Well, I wouldn't assume we would be making a lot of noise in any of those places.
Well, any noise that you make is going to echo for, yeah. And I guess we'll find out who's claustrophobic. Because I haven't been in a cave since I was a kid, so.
Well, I didn't know I didn't like bridges until I was on one. So there
Oh.
you go.
Oh dear.
So
I think that's why I'm there, to ground you.
There you go. Because I am an older soul. I'm an older person. and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it all. But I
went up my nose.
I know.
You're an older person who made me laugh like I did in junior high, and it came out of my nose. Oh my goodness.
I was going to say, we're all old souls, but let's layer on top of that me being the older person.
Yeah. I was thinking of that today, that I'm an older person. Yeah. It's finally hitting me. It took a long time. It really did. It took a long time for me to realize, but it is what it is. And if we get miraculous healing, then we will be young again. So
that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So we can talk about this next week.
Yeah, so we'll explain. I mean, maybe nothing will happen, but maybe you'll just feel, we'll have fun. I know that.
I have a feeling we'll be infused with some sort of energy that might not actually manifest until the integration process.
Right. And maybe not even until you get to the UK, where you'll just you'll remember being in the cave and go, oh, that's that energy,
Yeah.
We'll see. Something that you need.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. That's cool. That's going to be exciting. And we do have a couple new guests coming up over the next month or so, 2 months. New people a couple people that we haven't met before. So this is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
So we thank you all for hanging around and listening to this whole thing, and hope you got something good out of it. And
remember to, if you liked us, give us that old thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up, share. Yes, that's right. And have a joy-filled time. Make sure you find joy every day.
Yes. And have a blessed rest of your Easter.
That's very nice of you to say. Okay.
I'm a very nice person.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.